You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is Your Welcome America Presents Search for the Next Doll, otherwise known as Pussycat Dolls Presents Your Welcome America Presents Search for the Next Pussycat Doll. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. How you doing?
Here we are at episode 7. I was just giggling so much because I knew exactly what you were doing. Bum 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 bum.
Ever since I watched the episode for this recording, I've just been haunted. Every time I turn around, it goes quiet. I just hear a bum 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 dun 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 dun.
So it's been I watched this episode last week, so it's been a whole week since I watched and made notes. But then I was looking through again this evening, I'm like, oh yeah, they did wear socks from American Apparel, so I think we're going to be fine. So just to give a recap, so we're on episode 7, it's the penultimate episode, it's the semi-final, sure. Episode 7, recap from last week. My main notes to the recap were the CD USA performance. Which was incredibly important to us.
Yep.
And Anastasia left. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing. CD USA and Melissa R's one tippy toe stepping onto the stage too early off camera that almost broke up the Pussycat Dolls, almost destroyed a legacy.
So we are down to a final 4 of Chelsea, Melissa R, Melissa S, and Asia. That's right. I'm still going to struggle because the 2 Melissas are still with us. Oh, before we roll the theme music, I've got a bit of gossip for you.
Oh, just in general, just a bit of goss.
Just a bit of goss between us gals. So I read or heard somewhere that the Pussycat Dolls tried to come back and then COVID hit. So, Nicole at the front, all the usual gals, Carmit, she was there, and they released that amazing song React, which had incredibly problematic lyrics. And then they were going to go on tour, but then COVID happened. Then I heard that the tour's not going to happen because apparently Nicole wants 75% of the revenue or something. And now our girl Robin Anton is suing Nicole.
Where did you say I heard this or read this somewhere? I need more specifics.
Well, I heard it on a podcast. Now let me just Google
Was it ours?
Robin. Wait, did we make this up?
It's like an echo chamber.
Wait,
I heard on this podcast that this show is pretty great. Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna Google Robin Anton sues Nicole Scherzinger, and here we are, BBC.
Oh.
Clicking link. September 6th, 2021. Nicole Scherzinger sued by Pussycat Dolls founder Robin Anton.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I got so frustrated there because I thought I could think really quick on my feet, and I was like, BBC, beep, buttons, and then I couldn't think of a Pussycat Dolls song that started with C.
But you know what? I just think in the year 2021, it's so great to read about PCD and the BBC. So anyway, so here it says, the singer has allegedly asked for her 49% share in the company, PCD Worldwide, to be increased to 75%, giving her creative control.
Okay, well, we need to talk about PCD Worldwide. Okay, what is that?
Oh my god! I just scrolled down I'm gonna I need to take a picture of this and send it to you.
Okay,
you're asking me what is PCD Worldwide? I just scrolled down.
Ben's just sent me a screenshot and it literally says, "What is PCD Worldwide?" Oh my god, I need to know. I love that picture of them. They look great.
I know. So so
sorry, I love that the tagline on the BBC says the Pussycat Dolls had UK #1 hits with "Stick with You" and "Don't Ya." I love that they led with "Stick with You." They're like me. They love that song. I don't want to go another day. Love it.
Well, it looks like here PCD Worldwide could have included the launch of a PCD dance studio, as well as putting together a new generation of Pussycat Dolls. And then it says here, oh my god, the BBC are really on our wavelength. In other words, just like S Club Juniors were launched to capitalize on the S Club 7 brand, there could have been a new iteration of the Pussycat Dolls launched in the next few years, which would feature some or all new singers, the lawsuit says. And then, oh my god, the next part of the article says, what does Nicole Scherzinger want?
My God, who wrote this? Carby?
Did we write this? So essentially it says that she originally was going to get 49% share and she wants 75% share. So Robin, our girl Robin, is I don't say is Antoning. Our girl Robin is suing Nicole Scherzinger. Breaking news. Talking of breaking news, let's do episode 7.
Oh my God.
Early mornings, long rehearsal, and 24-hour commitment. If you don't dance like this, you're out of here.
Now the competition really begins.
Okay, so the girls are back at the. I'm going to say the word loft. I still don't know. I think this is an abandoned warehouse. The girls are back at PCD Worldwide HQ, back with their boas, and Asia says that this is the lowest point of the competition for her, and we get a little flashback of Ron Fair telling her that she's off key. Yikes!
Yeah, they're all. I mean, look, when you've been performing at the Pussycat Dolls Lounge in the Sunset Strip, you get hungry, so they're back. They're eating off plastic plates, and have you noticed this? They're the sort of plastic plates you'd get at an Airbnb that has a pool.
Right.
You know what I mean, like a pool plate.
Right. I guess they can't be trusted with real crockery.
Yeah, just in case they have a cat fight.
Oh, lovely. Well, speaking of which, I'm actually going to just give you an overarching theory I have for this episode, and that is it's a bangs theory, translation fringe. I'm going to be using the word bangs for the rest of this description. The meaner Melissa S is to Chelsea, the smaller Chelsea's bangs get, and the larger Melissa S's bangs get. So basically, her bangs feed off of Chelsea's defeat. And
it's like a bang battle, like a bang off.
Or like a bang vampire. A bangpire? Basically, this is where it begins. Because I thought to myself, her bang fringe looks kind of strong today, and I'm not used to seeing that from Melissa. That's Chelsea Bang's thing. So this is where she starts coming for her, basically. They are talking about like the performance that just happened, and Chelsea says, oh my God. No, the other girls are saying, well, that was the hardest like choreography this week. And Chelsea's like, really? Do you think so? And quite rightly, they say, well, you were on a swing. And they kind of all laugh at her. But actually, this is when the bangpire starts sucking the life out of Chelsea Bangs, and she's just like, oh, well, I wish I was on a swing. And then those bangs just grow with Chelsea's defeat.
I love how that you've spun this off into like fan science fiction. I was going to say fan fiction, but it's really fan science fiction.
Well,
it's got a real. I mean, we're about to enter October. We're getting into a spooky month.
With that vampire analogy, is it not fang fiction? Goodbye.
Ooh.
Do.
Oh my God, what's that noise? Sorry, no noise. Just what can I see over there in the distance? The props department have made another play me sign.
Oh,
that's right.
I thought it was one of those vaudeville hooks coming to take me off the stage for my joke.
Although I think Robin would be very into a performance that involved a vaudeville hook. You know?
Of course. Maybe a vaudeville hook that pulls a girl's like top off, maybe.
Beautiful. Okay, so we've got to play me.
Yeah.
So here we have Pussycat Dolls. I've just written Nicole's in a beanie. She's wearing a beanie.
She
and
is.
In general, there's a lot of American Apparel pulled up socks. You remember those white ones that have the two stripes at the top? Just sportswear everywhere.
Yeah, I thought that my overall note is today's look is athletic. So many stripes and like vest tops. And I thought that was going to be, they were going to be like, you need to be, sporty and fit to be in the Pussycat Dolls. So I thought that's what we were going to see. Absolutely not. Now we're talking about being in the public eye in athleisure.
Oh my God. So the theme is, it's a crash course in what it means to be a celebrity. Now, before we really found out what that means, I was so excited. Fake paps, limos, magazine shoots. That's what I wrote down. So then let's go down to the dance studio.
Well, Before we get there, I just wanted to know. I know this is something that you love to comment on, so I'm surprised you didn't notice this. Did you notice that when Ashley was talking, her bracelets were really jangling, and I was really thinking about the sound person being like, "Oh, can Ashley take those bracelets off? And she's like, no, it's part of this athleisure look. Every time she talked and you could hear them jangle, and then Nicole was talking and I heard them jangle like on Nicole's mic, like as she was standing behind her, like a little kind of jingle bell. Jing, 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 jing.
I think I'm so paranoid about sound because when I worked on a talk show in the UK, at the top of every taping to like warm up the audience, of the warm up person, but then you'd play like a highlights reel of all the best bits of previous seasons. And there's one interview, and I wasn't there for it, but there's one interview with Goldie Hawn where she'd refused to take off her like a very big necklace. And I remember one time I was standing with the sound person just watching this tape play out to the audience to warm them up. And the sound person was just grimacing and cringing. And she just said, oh, it was one of the absolute worst moments. She wouldn't take it off. And then we had such problems with the sound. So now I think of that sound person at the BBC in London, RIP. I'm not saying the sound person's dead, though they might be. But the BBC studio is dead. And I'm just very, very paranoid about it. So Goldie Hawn, if you're listening, if you could just take off your necklace in future. Thank you.
Wow, I think that's going to be the first time Ashley Roberts and Goldie Hawn are swept into the same story together. Okay, so we're in the dance studio, and this week, as they mentioned, Robin announces that they are going to be learning about being in the public eye, and there's going to be kind of a mini challenge, or the mini challenge of this week is going to be testing that. And because we've got down to the final 4, she says that this week's kind of maxi challenge, if you will, everyone is doing solo songs. Now let's talk about these solo songs.
Oh my god! Wait, hang on a minute though. That you vamped that seamlessly, whereas on the show it was more like they went down to the studio. Robin said, "Okay, so this week's theme is being in the public eye. So you're going to be singing solo songs." I was like, "Wait, what? How does that connect in the slightest?" But we're gonna go back and forth with these solo songs. First of all, Asia, "Too Little Too Late" by JoJo, a phenomenal song.
I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again. This would be my song for survival on X Factor. You know, when you're in the sing off, this would be my song for survival. And I've always said Louis Walsh would say, "Do you know what, Fraser? That wasn't too little too late. You're great."
Fraser, I just hope it wasn't too little too late. I hope the audience vote for you. I hope you're here next week. Hope it's not too little too late.
Exactly. He'll be like, "Ireland are voting for you." And I'll be like, "Louis, clearly not Irish."
Right, what's the next song?
Melissa S. is going to be doing "Don't Know Why" by Norah Jones. I mean, what an apt song title to describe this song selection. What a wild song choice.
What was your relationship with Norah Jones growing up?
She featured in my mum's CD collection, of course. You know, my mother's wild taste in music that ranges from, island sounds as a white woman to Norah Jones. So yeah, it feels very mum dinner party Norah Jones to me.
It just reminds me of when Borders Books came to Glasgow. I really thought, you know what? I'm really into like book and coffee culture.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm at it. I'm just gonna buy this Norah Jones CD. You know, come away with me.
Well, I mean, fucking in for a penny, in for a pound. That you had. Did you wear fake glasses?
No, but there was definitely like wearing a scarf when it wasn't quite cold enough to wear a scarf, or you know what I mean? Just that kind of thing.
Lightly perspiring to Norah Jones in your indoor scarf, of course.
While like hugging like a giant mug of coffee, you know. Okay, next up we have Melissa R with "I'm Going Down" by Mary J. Blige. And I'm just laughing because I just think it's a little bit inappropriate for her to be singing this song, but you know, 2008.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm not completely on board with this song in general. It's not one of my favorite Mary J jams, to be honest with you. Chelsea Bangs is doing one of our favorite songs, "What a Girl Wants" by Xtina. And I'm just going to quickly give you the opening.
Hey, Polly, the girl's here.
I got something for you.
What you got?
Close your eyes.
Such a video.
We danced this. We danced this song.
Suede trouser. We did. Yeah, you're right. We did
this song like 2 weeks ago.
What is our life? What is life? Ah,
Okay, so as well as all those solo songs, they're gonna do a group dance to Beep. And at which point, Robin just says, "This is gonna be a major challenge for you, Chelsea."
little did I know at this point, it wasn't going to be. I thought it was going to be like a dance to the, the song beep. It really was a dance to just the beep breakdown, is what she should have said.
Mm-hmm.
A bum 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 bum
Bum,
bum.
bum, bum. Beep is, as we're gonna find out in this episode, it's so thrusty and jerky, isn't it?
It's the epitome of like dropping down to a very light squat and just like popping your hips so aggressively backwards and forwards and side to side. It's yeah. I have some words that I've used to describe that dancing later. We'll get to it. Oh no,
So
it's actually my next note. I'm gonna just describe to you what I wrote down because I think it really
okay.
sums up the choreography. So this is when they kind of launch straight into the group choreo for Beep. And I've called it, I said there's so much bip bopping. Bip 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 bop bip bop. That's kind of so bip bopping is now my new term to describe that kind of dancing. So much bip bopping.
It's pretty good because, yeah, we do in fact go straight into dance rehearsals for Beep. Now, Mikey, who has discovered us on Instagram, I don't think he's listened, but he has definitely listened to some sound clips from the main You're Welcome America show, which must make no sense. But,
This is
Mikey, there have
not a
been some
safe
problematic
space.
moments. Not a safe space. There have been some problematic moments for Mikey over the past few episodes. However, in this episode, so Chelsea Bangs is practicing the bippity bop dance. And Mikey says to Chelsea, "You're dancing with PCD and you end up dancing in front of Nicole. Do you think she's going to be having that? She'd push you over."
Yeah, and actually in a separate interview, I just made the note, Mikey wants to kill Chelsea.
If you're the dance teacher and then you've got Chelsea Bangs bibbity boppeting, yeah, it must be frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. So we get a kind of a little weird interview with Melissa S. And she says, I can't believe Chelsea's still here. But I was really distracted by it. At this point, she's inexplicably wearing like a tartan kind of train driver hat with a huge gold safety pin in it. Did you notice that?
No. Sounds good though.
Really strange. Like, yeah, it was almost like a tartan, like a fabric baseball cap, but like kind of more square in its like hatness with this huge gold safety pin through like the brim of it. Very distracting.
She'd definitely have to take that off at airport security because
Yeah.
not only is it a hat, there's that metal safety pin.
Well, this is also another moment of, I think she's wearing the hat to cover up how much her bangs are siphoning off of Chelsea. They're just getting stronger. She's like, oh, better hide them. Grab this safety pin hat.
Total side note:
Hmm.
do piercings beep in the airport? Well, beep. I guess it's not. Boop, 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 TSA. But no, like I'm thinking of like my girl Janet. She's got her nips and all kinds of things pierced. Do those beep? I mean, Janet's flying private, so she's just whisked through.
Yeah.
But
I guess we need some feedback from any listeners that have any piercings. Just let us know if they, when you go through TSA, you hear a little do 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 do.
oh my god, I got a pitch for you now. The next Pussycat Dolls song, which isn't going to happen because Nicole wants 75%, they could do like sexy TSA.
Sure. I think PCD do TSA.
Yeah. Read about it now in the BBC. Okay, so we are in the music. We've got music rehearsals going on as well because they need to practice those solos. So Melissa R is struggling with Mary J. Blige. I mean, that song is a real whiner, isn't it?
It's kind of it's a real slog of a song, isn't it? It's like a real like trudge. I'm going down. It's not fun. But speaking of not fun, we cut to Melissa S. And I've just written the note, what a weird fucking song to do on this show. And I said, she sings like a sexy baby.
Yes, totally does.
Goo ga 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 goo. A goo goo ga ga goo goo goo. It's horrible. She's doing like a Betty Boop baby, sexy baby. It's horrible.
I'm in Borders wearing my scarf. Had a cup of Java coffee. Anyway, she also complains that Don't Know Why is tough. Don't Know Why is not a tough song. What is she? I mean, we've just gone from I'm Going Down by Mary J. Blige to the coffee dulcet caramel tones of Don't Know Why by Norah Jones.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah, some real coffee shops, heard in coffee shops around the world, just lulling people into a sense of comfort and kind of autumnal coziness. I don't know.
Mm. So next up, we've got Too Little Too Late, and I've just
Yikes.
written oof.
Yeah. I wrote, oof magoof, this song is tough to do. Really
Yeah,
is.
it doesn't sound like the song at all in the rehearsal, does it?
No. And we'll get to it when we get to it, but the backing track they end up using is... it is karaoke Route 1. It's very funny. I need you to kind of re-listen to just the end of the song again in the performance. It's so funny. But yeah, it's a really tough one. And I think especially for Asia, like, because she's been criticized about her vocals, it's a real, like, they gave her a real challenge.
Then the final solo song is What a Girl Wants. I've just written in my notes, you're the one who always knew. And I just wrote, Chelsea's got this.
She has, but I did think, and this is before I heard Run's comments at the end, I did think she was doing, it was like a carbon copy of Xtina. There wasn't any kind of...
Oh, yeah.
But that's a hard criticism to make, because it's like, well, if you sound good and you can do Christina's version, then it sounds good to do it. It almost feels like it's, you know, if you're not doing it, you're doing like an easier version, but I don't know.
She didn't make it her own.
She didn't make it her own. Chelsea, you didn't make it your own, but Ireland is going to vote for you.
You're like a young Lenny Henry. So we need to go to that dance studio because I think we're back late at night, and Chelsea, she's rehearsing her dance moves alone, and while this is going on, there's some very odd spa music playing. So bearing in mind she's dancing to the bippity bops of Beep, bum 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 bum, but it's just like noises going on.
Well, yeah, you've preempted me. The sound department was having a real... I think this is the one moment they didn't have to use a Pussycat Dolls song or commercial music, so they were really, for some reason, so excited. They're playing an incredibly weird, like sad spa music, like sad spa whale music over footage of Chelsea like being sad and not being able to dance, and then basically Asia steps in to help her because she's a lovely girl, as I wrote in my notes.
Yeah, I know.
But then we smash cut to Melissa, whose bangs are now so long that she's like Cousin It, like they're covering her face completely. And the music department were like, let's use like truly like a spy movie. It's literally like dun dun dun. It's basically GoldenEye. It goes into GoldenEye. Dun 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 dun. Dun. And she's just like in the mirror, like, like. And then it just was a wild music change.
Yeah, is that when she stomps past?
Yeah, she
like,
stomps past
in the
it.
Rehearsal.
Yeah. And then obviously as an interview is being like, I wouldn't help her. She needs to fail. It's like, oh, Melissa S. This is tough.
Melissa S. says, I don't know why Asia's helping her. This competition isn't about being a good person.
I mean, look, we can't fault her. This is a different time of reality TV where being, you know, villainous was actually quite a successful tactic. So we can't blame her for that. It's tough though, really tough.
Okay, where are we going next?
Well, we get a lovely overhead shot of like 3 different freeways meeting, which I think maybe might be near downtown. We get a really beautiful shot of that, and I thought, that's my hometown. And basically, we're back in the Pussycat Dolls Sloft HQ, Worldwide HQ, maybe? And Robin says she needs to know that they can handle the media. So they're going to be going on a 1-day whirlwind promotional tour. And the final thing she lets them know is that no one is safe from this challenge. There is a prize. And as she teases, it's a great prize. It isn't. But it's not going to be immunity.
Asia is very nervous for her commercial shoot for Secret Scent Expressions. Oh, that's hard to say. Commercial shoot for Secret Scent Expressions. Oh my God, I wouldn't be good at it, would I?
You mean Asia's special shoot for Secret Scent Expressions?
So here to tell us all about it is Brent. So Brent is a rep from Secret Scent, and he's there. He is there.
I like that the font, the PCD font that they use to do the captions for people's names, I like that the font is so terrible that I couldn't quite work out what his last name was.
Oh yeah, I just wrote Brent. But I'm so glad he's there to tell us all about the product, which he describes as a new collection of invisible solids, clear gels, and body sprays. What?
I get you at body sprays, my friend, Brent something, but Love to know what an invisible solid is. Doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Do you need a new invisible solid in your life? What about the latest in clear gels? What?
Also, shout out to Kevin, the director, wearing an outfit that I wore to your Hills themed birthday party that you had back in 2000 and whatever, which is a long sleeve top with a short sleeve t-shirt over the top of it.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. That was a great night, wasn't it? Oh, we've talked about that. We've talked about that.
We definitely
party
have.
before. Yeah. Secret scent expressions. So this is very much the early days of brand integration. So they have each girl has 30 minutes to memorize the script. Then they're going to go stand up in front of like a step and repeat and do their spot. So Melissa R is up first. Now she struggles a bit. She has to turn and look at the poster behind her to remind her of the name. And do you know what? If the last 3 minutes are anything to go by, I'm going to say not surprised. It's hard.
Yeah, it is difficult. She's wearing a skinny gold scarf, and she inexplicably does a Austin Powers impression at the end of her commercial. She says, "Yeah, baby, yeah."
Oh.
Fully, when in doubt, just quote Austin Powers.
Why not? So that's Melissa R. Melissa S. Oh my god, yes. So Melissa S. She says that in the past she's done an Axe body spray commercial and also a cheerleading commercial. And then I just wrote, she is such a cheerleader.
Yeah, I'd love to know what a cheerleading commercial entails. Like, what are you advertising? Being a cheerleader? Your squad? Where's that airing? Love to know some more information about those cheerleading commercials. Doesn't quite make any sense when you start really thinking about it. But yeah, she yet again is bringing some more like goo goo gaga, secret sense gaga goo goo. Just like, I'm really.
I will tell you that my invisible solid.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Clear gels.
Yeah,
finger to mouth.
Yeah,
oh my
horrible performance. She fucks it up basically. Melissa R's fucked it up. Melissa S has fucked it up. So who's not going to fuck it up? Not Chelsea. She fucks it up too. She gets overwhelmed by Melissa and her evil bangs just like standing basically almost directly in front of the camera, which I'm not quite sure they would be like, Melissa, move. But they knew they weren't going to use the footage of Chelsea anyway. She was never going to win this. And then
but Chelsea has to sing part of it, doesn't she?
Yeah. So whatever his name is, guy whose name I've forgotten because I can't read the PCD font. Brent. And he's like, hey, why don't you sing part of it? And then I just write, ha ha ha, fuck me, that was terrible. I'm putting on deodorant today. Oh yeah, secrets and expressions. Expressions?
Don't you wish your clear gels were as clear as me? Don't you wish your invisible solids were invisible as me? Don't ya? Secrets and expressions. Whoa, don't ya? Secrets.
That would have been sold. That would have been better.
Thank you. Right, who have we got right at the end there?
Asia comes up, and obviously they've been hyping up Asia that she's super nervous for this. And I just wrote, you go, girl. She's so cute. And then I wrote the note, Jasmine Orient? No.
Oh, yes, because so that's she you're right. She goes up, she does much better than I thought. She's amazing. And then she says at the end, like, my favorite fragrance is Jasmine Orient. And it's like, In fact, should I just Google secret scent expressions to see if anything still exists anywhere? Secret.
I know that I'm pretty sure Secret is the just the deodorant brand, isn't it? I think that still exists. I just think this was a weird impulse-esque offshoot, I think.
Oh no, look, secret scent expressions. I can get it. There it is.
You sounded really Australian then.
Oh my god. Secret scent expressions. Oh my god, on Amazon. There's one for sale. Secret scent expressions, Vava Vanilla Invisible Solid.
Oh, you should buy it.
So the phrase invisible solid is a thing, apparently.
Oh, I just saw one for sale in Walmart called Secret Antiperspirant and Deodorant Invisible Solid Honeysuckle. Oh, I don't know why, but that's really turned my stomach.
Imagine if it had a thing where like you pushed a button and then just like honey came out of it as well, so it's like a honeycomb.
Ugh.
You're just wiping honey into your pits.
These are really expensive. Oh, pack of two. It's a pack of two. I was like, $14 for an invisible solid. It's a pack of two. Thanks, Walmart.
But it's invisible. Remember, that's why.
So you don't even know if you're really getting the product. You just open it up and you just have to assume that you're using something.
You're paying for that secret.
Yeah, it's like the Emperor's New Clothes. Sorry, I wanted to say Emperor's New Groove. That's the one with the llama, the Disney film. Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
never
This
saw that
episode,
one.
we're flying all over. Let's get to that photo shoot. I'm gonna just do you know what? I'm just gonna power through this photo shoot real quick. Don't you worry. Okay, so they basically just do like a quick photo shoot, and really there's nothing to say apart from the fact that Melissa R is in a flowy one shoulder dress. Asia looks stunning. Don't even remember what she's wearing, but she's wearing like a kind of a copper mini dress. She looks amazing. Chelsea's fading, and Melissa S literally puts her finger in her mouth and does a sexy baby pose.
Done and done. Then, and their one day publicity run around, they go do some extra media training. And by extra, I mean the TV show Extra with our guy, Mark McGrath. So, first up, actually, I've only made notes on 3 of them. So, one of them, who knows what happened to Chelsea here, but Asia, I just wrote Asia kills it. She mentions her daughter.
I didn't even make a note of what Melissa R said. So Melissa R and Chelsea just were completely gone in this. Asia was just really good. And then, because I think basically he gave quite a lot of, as they say, softball questions for the girls. Like it was quite like everyone was getting very generic questions. And then inexplicably, Melissa S, who, by the way, on Extra was acting insane and extra. She's like, hey, Mark. She was like off her face on like madness. And he basically says, which girl would you pick to go home next? Dun, dun, dun.
And yeah, when she says Chelsea. Now, to be fair, he specifically asks her and she professionally answers the question. She's not just like sitting there like, hey, Mark, BT dubs, Chelsea should go home. And Mark's like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. No. So Melissa drops that little mini non-bomb and then goes and sees them all backstage. And I mean, it's really a whole, this is as much drama as what's her face going onto the stage too early last week.
Yeah, we're reusing about like we're reusing the same shot of Chelsea looking annoyed, I think maybe 7 times in one little space. And then I said that Melissa comes back and she's now doing apologetic sexy baby. Who me say something on Extra with Mark McGrath? So we're going to go back to Robin picking a winner. And I just wanted to make a note at this point that I hadn't noticed that Melissa's wearing a sexy gold C3PO top. Did you notice that?
Wait, say that again. A sexy gold what?
C3PO top. She looked like C3PO.
Lovely. That wouldn't go through TSA. No. That would beep.
I'm not sure there was any metal in that garment. It was definitely a synthetic fiber making that little C3PO top.
So
C3PO.
the winner,
am I saying it weird?
You're kind of saying like see-through PO. C3PO.
C3PO. This is like when I thought that this is when I thought that his name was Hans Solo. Like he was German. Hans Solo. Not Han Solo. It doesn't change anything when you say Han Solo. It's just like you're saying the same thing, but I was really going like Hans, giving him like a German accent.
So we need to find out the winner of the challenge, bearing in mind they do not win immunity and the very underwhelming prize is coming their way. Asia wins the challenge. It had to be Asia. It had to be. So her prize is, well, her Secret Scent commercial is going to be aired. So essentially, let's just get this right. Her prize was doing a commercial free of charge.
And then having her saying the word Jasmine Orient captured in film forever.
Congrats.
Okay.
So that's that mini challenge all done. So let's get to some rehearsals. Bearing in mind, they need to learn that bibbidi boppy dancing. Yeah, we've got to do some music as well. So in the rehearsals, Melissa S, she's doing a lot of thrusty dancing in front of a mirror. You noticed this?
I actually felt like of all the shots in the show so far, this was probably one of the most gorgeous pieces of cinema that we've seen. So basically what we're hearing is we start off with Chelsea in the rehearsal room and they're basically telling her that she's kind of biting on the words of the song, and so they get her to kind of hold her mouth in a certain way and sing the song. So that's what we're seeing. But then what we get is a gorgeous cutaway to Melissa S doing a very like Janet Jackson kind of like mirror dance rehearsal, but with Chelsea's vocals over the top. And then on top of that, we cut to Melissa's interview audio where she's saying like, Chelsea can sing, I can dance, this is the battle. And I was like, do you know what? makers of this show, Ken, Mark, and the crew and everyone. This is your winning moment. This is the Emmy Award winning moment for me. It felt like I was watching like an 80s like Fame kind of TV like musical movie or something. I thought it was gorgeous.
Yeah, like they'd had a
Emmys
little
all
extra
round.
time in little extra time in post that week, little
Yeah.
extra time in the edit. So Chelsea is struggling and she's getting quite panicky at this point. And Mikey also, just to really help, makes Chelsea watch the others.
Yeah, while she clings onto a pole. So I made two mistakes in my notes here. I wrote, instead of writing back to beep, I got beep confused with buttons, and then I did a typo on top of that. So my notes say back to muttons, and then it just says bum 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 bum. So if you took that note out and isolated it, back to buttons, bum 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 is my notes.
Okay. Chelsea phones home and she speaks to her dad and she cries.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, Papa Bangs, Chelsea Bangs' dad, Papa Bangs, sounds like the loveliest man in the world.
Listen, babes, you read my mind. My notes say, Daddy Corker, he sounds lovely. Okay.
So lovely.
So from that tender moment, we inexplicably just get Asia's Full Secret Set Expressions commercial, which is a wildly cobbled together pieces of footage from the TV show, along with just what we saw in that commercial shoot.
My favorite part of that commercial is right at the end. She gets the spray and she sprays her neck like a little bit too close. She's spraying her neck and she's going, Imagine getting like an impulse deodorant, just spraying your neck like up close and just
It's she's close enough for the aerosol element to slightly burn her skin, isn't she?
Exactly. She cannot breathe at that moment. Like she's either holding her breath or I don't know what she's doing, but yeah.
Okay, so we're basically going to whoosh to the Pussycat Dolls Lounge now and get ready to see these performances. The girls are on the stage, and I want to quickly talk to you about how you and I need to recreate the Beep outfit look from this moment at some point, somehow. It's basically like black leggings with a crop top with the hood up. Now, I'm going to just tell you a very quick story, and I am a little nervous about telling you this because it is photographed somewhere, but I don't know if I've ever told you this, but one night back in the very like post-university early 2000s era, one of my friends was very sad because she'd broken up with her boyfriend, and this around the time that this show was out, and we decided to invite her over, me and another friend, and the three of us drank a lot of cheap wine, and we decided to make Pussycat Dolls style outfits out of what we had. Now, I'm telling you, there is some photo evidence of me in a pair of like Y fronts, which I had styled with a hooded crop top. And I believe my friends were in like bras and like suspenders. And then the three of us just took like sexy pictures in our really weird house that we lived in. And I'm just telling you, those pictures do exist. I'm not sure I'm going to ever give them to you to put on our Instagram, but maybe I will. Quite a lot.
Are they are they on Facebook?
I definitely have tried to scrub them from my Facebook, but I believe they might exist on someone's. But I don't have Facebook anymore because I'm trying to scrub all of those memories from the world.
Do you remember one of the early days of our friendship? I seem to remember being with you, maybe podcast nemesis Michael, and I'm pretty sure we were with Charlie. It was one of the girls' flats in London, and we just danced around their living room for hours, like up on the sofas, and I'm sure PCD featured. Do you remember that?
I mean, yeah, you're describing my entire 20s and
Yeah.
my early 30s.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so we are in the Pussycat Dolls Lounge in the Sunset Strip, or are we? Because I heard a little bit of insider gossip from my friend who worked in the show, and he started listening to the podcast, and he was like, "Pussycat Dolls Lounge in the Sunset Strip. We shot that in Ventura."
Oof. A goof.
Yeah.
Wow. So we've been to Long Beach and Ventura in this series. Yikes.
He either said, actually, remember, he either said Ventura or Ventura Boulevard, but suffice to say, we're not on the Sunset Strip.
Well, I'm sure the boulevard leads to Ventura, right?
Sure, it doesn't lead to the Sunset Strip, that's for sure. So we have our usual judges. We've got Robin, we've got Ron Fair from Geffen, and we've got Little Kim, still a great booking. We've also got the props department who've been busy decorating the Pussycat Dolls Lounge in the Sunset Strip by way of Ventura Boulevard to Ventura. they have decorated the ceiling with toilet paper. It looks like. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that.
So it's like when they do like put up streamers, but it just looks like someone's gone in with toilet paper and just thrown it around.
Yeah, I think it does feel like maybe some people on the crew were starting to really wane at this point, weren't they? Well, the props department spent all that time getting those pictures from their photo shoots printed very, very large. That takes a lot of time and effort. People don't realize how hard it is to make a big poster. When you actually think about it, you're like, oh, you make a big poster, and then you want to say to them, yeah, okay, what's step one? Where do you go? What do you do? And they're like, making a big poster's hard. I didn't notice actually because I was mainly distracted by that clip-on blonde piece that Asia was wearing during this performance. Do you see it?
I don't fully remember. Sounds lovely though.
It looked like Barbie hair. It was white.
So they are going to do a group performance to Beep, but as Fraser preempted earlier, it's just the instrumental. And again, I'm using the phrase instrumental very loosely because no instruments were used in the making of this song. No lyrics. Occasionally you hear a whisper of a voice that goes, "You got it."
Yeah, and a lot of ooh, some kind of desert wailing is how I would describe that.
Chelsea.
PCT have always flown a little too close to the sun with their kind of Eastern references. I'm not comfortable.
Now Chelsea does very well here. No fuck ups.
No fuck ups. And and as they say quite rightly, basically they say like you danced well, you just didn't dance as well as the rest of them. But it wasn't like, oh, you like fell over completely and just left the stage. So I was proud of her.
Ron said that he liked Asia and the way she was popping her booty.
Didn't like that.
So
old man, 18-year-old girl. Shut it down, Rod. Shut it down. He has another great line coming later, but we'll get to that. So we'll get to the solos. So old Goo Goo Gaga comes out and does her Norah Jones performance. And I just wrote the word boring.
Oh my God, wait a minute. Oh my God. She does this thing when she's walking onto the stage where she's dragging her feet, but like the tops of her feet.
Yes.
It's so weird. It's like a sexy drag. It's like I've been shot by a dart and I'm slowly walking onto the stage and I'm going to sleep.
Like a sexy, like zombie maybe, or like a sexy dressage horse, but like a baby sexy. Yeah, she does.
Because a dressage horse always has a bit too much energy, so I think more zombie.
Or maybe a tranquilized dressage horse. That's also a sexy
that's where
baby.
I was going with the horse tranquilizer dart. Okay, great, all came together.
Yeah, and she does a very boring performance. I had a question for you. Do you think that because I know that with Search for Girlicious, the follow-up series, which I can't wait to do with you, I know that they got accused of auto-tuning the vocals for the show. So like people in the studio are hearing live vocals, but as an audience, we're hearing auto-tuned vocals. Did you feel like they auto-tuned her vocals a little bit in this? It was a little robotic sounding at some point. I was a bit like, what's happening? Maybe she really is C3PO or whatever word I said before. See-through P-ho. Oh my God.
Is she a little bit like a robo Norah Jones? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, like a Norah bot. But it was very boring, and the critiques pretty much said that she was not great. I just really liked hearing little Kim say the words Norah Jones. I don't know why. There's something very funny to me about her referencing. She's like, and it's Norah Jones. It's like, we love it. Do we? Love thinking of little Kim listening to Norah Jones.
Yeah. So in general, I find her movement really embarrassing. She's kind of like a pageant kid.
Yeah.
And Ron didn't buy the grittiness.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Next up, who have we got, babes?
Well, Asia comes out and she's wearing a matching leopard top with a matching leopard shades, which also matches little Kim's leopard top as well. And she did a lot of shades work. I thought that she gets a little sheepy. She gets a little sheepy, don't you think? In her vocals.
What do you mean sheepy? What do you mean sheepy?
She gets a little sheepy. So I felt very, very pleased with myself when I wrote, she's a sheep in leopard's clothing. Oh, that vaudeville hook's coming for me again. Oh, good night.
Robin, take him off.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? She gets a little she bleats a little bit when she does her like big
she's
notes.
A bleater. Yeah. She straddles the chaise and Ron was a fan. That's all I wrote.
I really only have one word to describe Melissa R's performance.
Okay, wait. Okay, Melissa R is doing I'm Going Down by Mary J. Blige. Does it involve the bowler hat?
It just says Trilby.
Trilby.
Literally, my only note of her whole performance was Trilby.
So she's in the O of the dolls sign at the back of the stage, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty good. Like it's just that the whole song was really strange for her to do. And it was also, there was just a moment, there was this flash I got where like she was really good and like quite commanding. And then there's a moment where I just thought, ooh, she seems very young and she's in her underwear and everyone's just looking at her. I didn't like it.
Yeah. The judges described it as almost flawless. Finally, we have Chelsea singing, "Oh, what a girl wants, oh, what a girl needs." Am I doing like a side head bop as I sing that? Yes, I sure am. She is sitting on a metallic royal chair, like a throne.
Did you notice that Mark McGrath said Christina Aguilera and gave it an incredibly, like really led into the Hispanic nature of her last name? It's quite a lot.
It's really interesting, just America in general, like the words. Someone who speaks English as their first language, the words that aren't English that they decide to really go for.
Yeah.
And then you get like Aguilera, but then you also get words like croissant. All Americans are just like croissant.
Croissant. Yeah, really
Croissant.
strange.
And it's like, okay, you go for Aguilera and yet croissant. Okay. Noted.
So I actually made a little bit of a mistake when I said earlier about Asia's backing track. It was actually the backing track for this song. It was like full on like karaoke night down at your local pub backing track for What a Girl Wants. Even like the vocals that were like added to it were quite strange. But what I really noticed was, much like how Asia can be a little bit bleaty like a sheep, Chelsea has the tendency to get turning to a little bit of like a honking goose when she's singing. You notice that? Some very goose-like vocals we got at some moments during the song.
Well, all I wrote was movement is a little stale, and then I just wrote in brackets, translation for Americans, parentheses, Chelsea has to go home, right?
Yeah, it was tough. But I will note in her critique, I love that Lil' Kim said, I just felt like you didn't really bring it for the chorus. And, the chorus is the best bit of that song. I love the chorus. And again, love the idea of Lil' Kim sitting at home listening to What a Girl Wants and then Norah Jones.
Also, shout out to Ron here, who produced the original song.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Ron, okay, I hear you.
Sorry, I've just got this image in my brain of Lil' Kim walking around like a mansion and like just, when there's like a curtain, someone just runs their fingers along it. It's her doing that, but listening to Norah Jones, just walking around and then stepping out onto like a palatial balcony and just being like, I don't know why I didn't come. It's very funny.
Is it like in Miami or something, somewhere really hot and tropical, but she's wearing a scarf and also like hugging like a giant mug of coffee?
Exactly.
Okay, so critiques. I just wrote for the critiques here from the judges so many buzzwords. I felt like the critiques were a bit nothingy, just lots of like, oh, vocal agility, yes, movement, sing, fame, do it, dance. You know what I mean?
Well, nestled amongst all that genericness was one wild line from Ron when they're talking about Melissa S. and he describes her as sexy Vegas white trash. Sorry, did I just hear a little Chelsea Bangs honk like a goose from you over there?
Yes. I completely missed that.
I know, I almost genuinely, when people say I almost fell off my chair, I almost fell off my chair when he said it. I was like, run fair, sir. No. I mean, I kind of know what you're saying, but still, no, sir.
So they essentially say that, the bottom two are Melissa S. And Chelsea. So I just wrote at that point, so we know that neither are going to win the competition. No matter what happens, one of them's going to go this week, and the other one's not going to win. Okay, I'll keep watching. Go, 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 go. So moving into the elimination for American listeners out there, that's me saying elimination in French. Elimination. Melissa R, she is safe.
Yeah.
Asia, she is safe. Also shout out to the sound people again. At this point, Melissa R and Asia, they hug, and you can hear the feathers hitting the microphones. Just like a muffled sort of like feather. Wait, what have you been texting me? You've just texted me something. Fraser, are you on dating apps while we're recording?
I just, I just was glancing at it and I saw the picture of that guy and I thought, I want to show that guy to Ben. It's very attractive, right?
He's very attractive.
I know.
His initials are BS, and I just think bullshit.
Basically, like we thought, it's down to Melissa S and Chelsea. And I need to tell you something, and I need to confess something to you. I completely forgot who went home this week. As in, I was convinced this was the week that Chelsea went, and I was convinced that was from memory, not just from assumption. So I was like, oh yeah, I get it. They're trying to make Melissa S look bad, but it's Chelsea's week that she goes. So I truly got the shock, my first shock of the whole season, because I truly thought Chelsea was going to leave, and I cannot believe that Melissa S left and Chelsea stayed. But are you not happy now? Because it means there is now one Melissa in the competition, and we can just call her Melissa.
Thank fuck for that. Although you do know that the opening titles of next week's episode is still going to feature all the girls.
All 15 Melissas.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, I mean, well, shout out to remember that wonderful year of Shipwrecked where there's all those guys called Ben. It's like Ben Chesney, Ben Lunt, Jono, Joe, Jono S, Joey. Do you remember that year?
Yeah, Ben Jono Ben. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to do another shout out to the sound department. Did you hear the moment that they all go over to say goodbye to Melissa S? There's a real sound of all their feet clumping on the stage. Clump, 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 clump. Just empty, quiet, deathly quiet room and clump, 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 clump.
So that is it. Melissa S is hanging up that boa. So who we got in the final then? We've got Melissa R, we've got Asia, we've got Chelsea.
Yeah.
Next week is the final. Okay. They're coming up.
Okay. Okay, talk about the bit first, but then we'll talk about the real main thing. Let's just get the bit out, the bit first out the way.
What, the bit of the coming up next week bit? Is that what you're talking about?
There's two bits to the coming up next week.
Okay,
there's one bit that we really want to talk about, and then there's just a little bit of drama beforehand. Yada yada. Asia says she doesn't want to be friends with the girls. Boring.
Okay,
what song are they going to be singing next week?
Okay, well, they're going to be singing Lady Marmalade.
Yes, more. Oh
my god! Wait! Is Little Kim going to do a rap? Is she going to hop up on stage? Oh my god! She fucking better.
She fucking
pay
better.
Extra for that. I'm also assuming Pussycat Dolls are going to perform. They have to be there.
Yes.
Anyway,
as far as I remember, in the final, the winner gets on stage with them and performs, I believe.
Okay. Okay, but there are two
Spoiler
other things
alert,
going
it's
on.
not Robin.
There are two other things going on in this next week coming up bit of the show. So they're all having a meal in front of what look like bamboo partition walls. And they're having a meal with this table. And on the table are all these pots and pans. When you've just cooked, I don't know, what would you cook? Like a stew in a giant metal pan with a big handle. And then you just shove it in the table. People can serve themselves. I was like, yeah. What is going on?
And they're all sitting in a row.
Yes. Then there's also in the coming up, there is a middle of the night fight at the loft. Asia, it looks like it's between Asia and she in the middle of the night with the night cam. Thank God they invested in those night cams for this 1 week. She's telling someone to shut the fuck up and leave. Is it Robin? Wait, maybe it's Mikey.
Yeah, it's Mikey. Oh yeah, because that's where he sleeps.
Yeah, Mikey's got that skeleton key. He stole off Robin. He's just snuck in.
Oh, he's got a skeleton scarf and a skeleton key. Mikey, as a listener of this podcast, let us know. Did you sleep in the loft? Oh God, I don't even want to ask him a direct question. I'm scared he might actually listen. He'll never get this far into an episode.
No,
it's okay. It's okay.
No. We should clip this up though. Clip this up and do it as a promo clip.
No,
Mikey, did you sleep in the loft in this show? Let us know, please, Mikey. Thank you.
Oh no.
So that is it. Another episode done. We've only got one more to go, but fret not. As ever, you have your Welcome America episodes every other week, and separately on a different feed, we are recapping Drag Race UK season 2. That's 3. American listeners, season 3. If you want to get in touch, you can get in touch on our Instagram. What is it, babes?
Oh, you're welcome, America. What is our Instagram handle? I don't know.
Well,
I never say that. You always say that.
Thing. I know, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I thought I'm doing a lot of the words, and I thought I'm going to throw it over to my co-host, my cohort, just see what he can do, and he he fucking grinded to a halt.
I was looking at Grindr.
I know you were. Okay, and then also, people, if you want to get in touch with any feedback, you can email us. I definitely know you know the email address.
It's your welcome America podcast at gmail.com, and that's the letters UR, not YOUR. Also, I will say, I really want people to get in touch. Even if one person wants it, I'm going to force Ben to do the next season and last season of this show, which is search for the next doll, girlicious, which is a really tough show to watch because we're not even attached to their PCD kind of brand at that point. We're just floating loose with girls singing, I believe, insane covers of like Respect by Aretha Franklin. I can't wait.
There is one episode where they're in a boat and they're having to sing in a boat. I remember that, where they're like clutching onto like ropes and pulleys and things. Anyway, we will see you soon. Thank you so much for listening. Boop, 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 boop.
Bye. Okay, I'm taking the hook off the neck. Bye. Ooh, that sounded like a blowjob, not anything else. Okay.
Ooh, babes.
You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
I go by Toyota. Sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.